All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Monday, April 5th. Hope you guys had yourself a good weekend. As always, if you're new to the Raymond Report, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm a four-time sports handicapping champion located here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Crazy Canuck here doing the sports betting podcast on the YouTube channel. And, folks, you can find me each and every day right here. From 11 a.m. to noon, we do our Raymond Report broadcast, and you can find my website. That's where I hang my hat at atsstats.com. In fact, if you go to the front page, you can see we have a network of sites you can follow each and every day. And how was your weekend? How's the bullpen doing today? I see there's some early chatters going inside. So there's INSP. Good morning, INSP. Hopefully you're doing well. And hopefully you guys had a winning weekend. You know what? Mixed emotions this weekend. MLB wasn't a great day yesterday, NBA, but NHL. It's a good thing I know a little thing about hockey, right? Because I think the NHL bailed me out this weekend out of all of my selections. But you can see Bo Jackson's in the house. How you doing, Bo? Adam, last man. Hello, all. G&G. Good morning, Ronald. You sound like you're in a tunnel. Uh-oh. Here we go. That sounds like I'm in a tunnel. Let me go to the Rain Report here, the microphone. Let me just check out my sound here. Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay, how's that? Testing 1 2 1 2. Oh, I can't hear the. Okay, man, this is really annoying. Let me see here. Let me take the desktop off. USB, that's good there. Desktop test 1 2 test. No, that's not it there. Hello, test. Still hearing echo? So yeah, still sounds crappy, eh? Man, this is really annoying. Let me see if I reset the microphone, USB. Yeah, still there. Yeah, that's annoying. I have no idea. Like, I'm looking at the Streamlabs. I don't know how I can reset the settings so that it goes. Let me see here. Let me just do a reset here. Video capture, microphone. See, there's 3 microphones. I don't know which one's the test. Oh, there we go. No. Testing 1 2. I had it there for a second. Maybe this is it right here. There we go. I think this is it. I think we're good now, right? Hey, we're out of the tunnel. Hey, out of the tunnel. Man. What do you expect? It's Monday morning, right? Hey. Oh. I got some things in my teeth there. Hang on a second here. 1 second. All right, I'm back. I had this. I saw it on the screen. I had this. I don't know what it was. It was like a little seed, and it was just annoying the crap out of me, you know. And I gotta turn the sound off. Hey, wasn't gonna do a show for 50 minutes looking at my with some type of seed in my mouth there. But hey, what do you expect? Monday morning, right? It was not a bad weekend. 4-4, just pushed some Canadian dollars around, but it held even. Good job. INSP says, let's go. No finals. Who's taking? Bo Jackson giving us the W sign. He wants to get a W today. That's good. Snipers in the house. Jesus. What's up, Big Ray? What's up, buddy? Hey, Big Zeus is in the house. And John X. There's Johnny X. Hey, I'm the one who pulled the backdoor header right there, leaving the show for a couple minutes. But I'm back. And let's take a look at the podcast that we got going here today. And you know what? Less is more, right? And so a little bit of roll call here. So if you are new to the Raymond Report, and if you're first time listening to the show, I've been thinking about the show a lot lately, and it's been good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just one of those guys that it's like a guitar, right? You're always fine tuning till you get the right note. And I thought today we do more NBA, NHL, MLB, but more of a workshop. You ever go to a conference or a coach's clinic, and there's also some like these workshops? I think today is going to be more like a workshop where I'm going to get more feedback from you guys and use the database, right? I think the system plays that we've been using have been awesome, especially the NHL and the NBA system. We have two good systems, but I'm going to do a bit of research today on air, and I'm going to show you guys some of the system plays that I've found so far, and I'm going to share that with you. And then we're going to do live system research and development right here. And let's see if we can come up with some winners. Because at the end of the day, I would love for this show to be about finding winners for that day, right? This day today. So today we're going to look for winners, and hopefully we could work together. And you know what? I always say all of us are stronger than one of us. And the more input that I get when I do the research, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. There's Rui Pedro Nogueira. There's my good buddy from Lisbon. In fact, I was talking to my brother-in-law this weekend. And yeah, he's looking forward to go back to Lisbon. He goes, he's just right now with all the things going down. He goes, it's too tough to travel right now. But yeah, no, I had a good chat with my brother-in-law yesterday. He was Portuguese, so Rui, just know that the other Rui here in Canada is all aware. So we'll hook it up when we get down to Lisbon there very shortly. There's Eddie. We always got an Eddie Armstrong in the house, eh? Always Eddie. In fact, Montreal Eddie is active too. I know Montreal Eddie went on a great run, and he's been playing some bullpenpicks.com. What do you guys think of bullpenpicks.com? Are you guys putting in your selections? Hopefully it's making you guys some money. Lost two games on the 80% plays. That's gambling. Yeah, that's the way it goes, right? But yeah, brother-in-law, great guy, of course. He's a Benfica fan. Yeah, absolutely, right? So all right, so that's what we're going to do. Let's go to the tip sheet of the day. Let's go to the horse racing. And today it's a pretty quiet day in the horse racing industry. Only a few tracks going. But we're going to go to Parks Racing today. In race number 1 today at Parks Racing, it's a $15,000 claiming race, $12.55 post time. And looking at the claiming race, $12.55, 1.5 miles on the dirt. We're going to go 6.32 in race number 1 today at Park Racing. And we're going to go with Salsa's Return with Silvera taking the ride here on Salsa's Return. Factum Love Style, Nguyen taking the ride here on the 3-horse Factum Love Style. And Wings of Jupiter, Milan taking the ride here on the number 2-horse Rings of Jupiter. And the Joker's Wild, your long shot in race number 1 today at Parks Racing is the 4-horse Diamond Square, Torres taking a ride on Diamond Square. Now, if you're going to play these horses today, I recommend 6-3, 3-2, 2-4 exacta box. And if you're going to do a trifecta, 6-3-2, 4-3-2 trifecta box. And if you play the Joker's Wild, I always recommend the win in place. Bet the 4 to win in place. This way, if he comes in second, you will win some money back. All right. Hey, did you guys see that new movie, King Kong and Godzilla, yesterday? Watched that last night. Pretty good movie. Like, the cinematographics were awesome. Great, great sound. It was a really good movie, and obviously home entertainment. But sometimes you got to take a little break from sports, and that was my little break last night. Instead of watching the Angels and the Chicago White Sox, I watched Godzilla and King Kong. Really good movie. I enjoyed that. I try to watch at least one movie a week, right? gotta have a bit of you gotta diversify your portfolio between sports and some a little bit of entertainment, right? All right, let's go to the tip sheet here, and let's see what we got on deck. Where's my forecast? In fact, before we do that, don't forget, if you haven't played yet, go check out bullpenpicks.com. Bullpenpicks.com. Once you follow players, you can see their selections. I made my picks today for Major League Baseball, and if you want to see, I got the old Expo logo. Hey, don't you love the old Expo logo? Hopefully we get them back one day. But once people put 100 selections into the system, then you're going to start seeing better action and probably better results, because then you can compare your selections with other handicappers or pickers, and then you can build your all-star team of pickers. Hockeypicks.com, pretty good night last night. Went, 5-1? 5-1 last night in the NHL. The only loss was Tampa Bay, Detroit. I saw one of our guys there on the YouTube, I forget his name, Ranzo or Franzo or something like that. Let me see here. Let me go to yesterday on the chat. There's somebody on our Danzo. I think it's Danzo. Danzo had a great couple of great picks. In fact, if you look at some of his selections yesterday, he had a good day. And let me see here. Where was it? Yeah, it was Danzo. Yeah, he says I was very disrespectful to the Detroit Red Wings. Just flat out disrespectful. But he had a big day, so congrats to Danzo on his good day yesterday in the NBA. And yeah, even though I don't reply to a lot of comments, I still read them. But I still reply to some of them, right? All right, yeah, love the bullpen site. Good job, Ronald, says Gene G. Thank you, buddy. And yeah, no, you know what? And the thing is, I talked to the programmer, and we're gonna have a basketball site. Like I can't give out the URL just yet because it's not ready. But if you're a basketball fan, we're gonna have the same site for basketball and for NFL football. So we'll, networking tools. That's what it's all about, right? So check it out, hockeypicks.com. You want to go there and make your selections and follow other great handicappers. And the same thing with bullpenpicks.com. And it makes it more enjoyable when you're watching all the games, so you're cheering on all your picks. And you're cheering on the picks of the people you're following, because, if you bet on them, they win, you win. And that's a good feeling, right? All right, let's take a look at the NBA. And let's go to the computer forecast. In fact, let me go here. Just want to make sure we're on the right schedule. 11:12. Man, we're early today. Yeah, I thought I cut some of the... Oh, yeah, the SBI there. I knew I'm missing a few things. We'll do this really quickly, especially with the NBA, MLB, and we'll see what the early trends are. So yesterday in the National Basketball Association, 5-2 to the favorites. Look at the favorites the last couple of days here. 8-2 on Friday, 7-1 on Saturday, 5-2 on Sunday. So you can see here 20-5 over the weekend, 75%. And against the point spread yesterday, favorites were 4-3, 2-5 to the under. Looking at Major League Baseball on the early start, and looking at yesterday, underdogs. Look at the underdogs. No wonder we got hammered. 9-3, 9-3 of the underdogs yesterday. But that's always like that in Major League Baseball, right? I always found, even last year, the favorites always get hammered the first week, and then things tend to play itself out, and the bookies adjust. And hey, we're all in the same boat right now, right? We're all, and this is why I love the beginning of the season, because that's where a lot of the value lies betting baseball. And looking at the over-under, very even, very balanced. 51.7 the overs, 44% of the favorites only in baseball the last 3 days. So if you're shopping around, you get some good value. Like I always say, value in the percentage play, right? And let me see, NHL. Let's take a look at the NHL. And let's see what has come in yesterday in the National Hockey League. Still favorites. Look at that. The favorites 5-1 last night, and the over/under is pretty even at 3-3. But the unders have been coming in the last 7 days. 59.7% of the unders have come in the NHL. All right, quickly we'll take a look at the market index, the Bears and Bulls report for the NBA, MLB, and the NHL. Let's see what's coming in, and let's see what the bullpen is saying. All right, so bullpen's pretty crazy, pretty quiet right now. Expos League Baseball, 40 years. Finally, I figured that out. Welcome to the show there, Underdog. Okay. All right, let's go to NBA. And let's see what team are bullish right now in the National Basketball Association. And we'll take a quick look here. And let's go to confidence. And let's take a look at which team are bullish right now in the NBA. And, Brooklyn... A little disappointing in Brooklyn yesterday, the way they played. against Chicago. You got to give credit to the Bulls. The Bulls played hard. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now Dallas is now bullish. Now Dallas in the Bull Club. They got a big game tonight against Utah, I believe. And then let's take a look at the NHL. The NBA. San Antonio bearish. San Antonio is bearish. How you doing there, Johnny Brasco? My weekend was good. The NHL was good. The other stuff was bad. But yeah, no. How was your weekend, Johnny? Did you have a good weekend? Hopefully you're able to enjoy some of this good weather and a walk or something. You know, that's what we always do here. We go for our daily walks with Rusty and Natalie, and we do our walks. And piano lessons are coming on great. Yeah, starting. If anybody plays piano, you know at the beginning, I couldn't even tell you what a C key was. You know, but now piano is what there's a great app there. It's called Simply Piano. If anybody wants to ever learn piano, check out this app. It's called Simply Piano. It's awesome, and it takes time. You know, the hardest part of learning the piano is getting your fingers to match up with your brain, right? when you're playing the keys. But yeah, it's having a lot of fun. You know, another bucket list thing that I want to do. I always wanted to learn music, right? You know, not go on tour with Def Leppard or AC/DC or anything like that. But yeah, I always want to learn some type of instrument. All right, let's take a look at the NHL. And that was the kind of movie you watch, Ronald. Yeah, thanks. What kind of movie do you watch? I watched King Kong and Godzilla yesterday. Yeah, watched King Kong, Godzilla. My nephew's he's been staying with us for 6 months, so every weekend we watch the movies. And we watched King Kong and Godzilla yesterday. Yeah, a beautiful day to start a week of investing. That's right, Mark Nation. Let's, you know what? I got some good information today on the Major League Baseball. We'll get to that. Look at this, the NHL. So remember last week, the NHL, there was only 4 teams bullish? Yeah, but move over because now we got some new teams in the Bull Club. Nashville, Toronto's back to being bullish. Arizona, look at Arizona now, bullish team, a C-type team. And San Jose. Hey, let's make our way to San Jose right now. And look at San Jose. The Sharks are now bullish. Yeah, Psychedelic Explorer, nothing better than making some music. Absolutely. You know what? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Once you get to you get better, you get more motivated and inspired, and I feel I can't wait to now that I'm getting better, I can't wait to do the next lesson, right? And yeah, so and I got 3 nieces, and if anybody has seen my nieces, every time I tell them we're playing the piano, they're they know all the young groups, right? So they wanted to do it. I told them at Christmas time it'll be a fun karaoke night. Hey, we'll do some karaoke at Christmas time. All right, that's the NHL, and let's take a look at the what do you guys want to start off today? Do you want to start NBA, NHL, or the NBA? It's up to you guys. MLB, NBA, or NHL? Which way do you guys want me to start with today? It's up to you guys. I'll take the let's pull straws here and let me know what you guys want me to handicap here. NBA, MLB, or NHL? What do we start it off with? What's the consensus in the group? I've been practicing playing my guitar. Nice. I play guitar personally. I get some lost when I'm playing. Sometimes I'll just sit around for hours. All right, so MLB, NBA, MLB, NBA. We're getting a draw here. NBA. That's a double. Hey, Rui, you're cheating there. So I can see MLB, NBA. I'll need a few more people. Right now it's a toss-up between MLB and NBA. I guess people want me to do NBA. So, all right, we'll start off with the NBA. And what I'll do is I'm going to go to the computer pick, and then I'm going to do some research with you guys. All right? I haven't seen my good friend Isaiah there. Isaiah is at Walmart. Hey, where's Isaiah? Is Isaiah at Walmart again? Remember last week or the week before, Isaiah says, hey, I'm here, but I'm listening from Walmart. He was at doing some shopping at Walmart. I don't know if Isaiah's at Walmart today. Eddie Armstrong. All right. Let's take a look at game number 1. In fact, you know what? Let me go to the Rain Report Premium Sheet. TV, MLB, Big Clout, and No BAP TV. All right, I'll do quickly the NBA, and then we'll get into the... actually, you know what? I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to give the computer picks, and then I want to do a bit of research on some of the games and to show you guys some of the system plays that we're looking for, right? All right, so Pistons taking on the Thunder. Detroit -3 point favorite. The over-under set at 212. ATS forecast. Going to lean with The Pistons here, 108 to 106. The over-under at 214.59. Looking at both these teams, Thunder on a 2-game losing streak, and looking at their record, 20-29 on the year. Detroit 14-39. Now the value edge does really no value on this team, this game here between the Thunder and the Pistons, and the Kogel is at 51%, and the chance of covering the higher high goes to the Pistons at 58%. So for that, what it's worth right there. New York taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Now, I wonder if Brooklyn started looking ahead to this game yesterday, because Brooklyn did not look good at all. The last 4 games for Brooklyn has gone under the total. And before I go, I just want to see on the injury report on the Detroit game if there's any significant injury. So Lucas Dort, still game time decision. Gilgeous Alexander, when is he going to come back? He hasn't played in, 7 games? So we need him back if you want to have a chance with Oklahoma City. All right, looking at tonight's game between Brooklyn and New York. Harden, a game time decision. In fact, when you look at that, Harden hasn't played in 2 games. And, hey, you know what? Is it a coincidence that they lost yesterday with no Harden against Chicago on the road? We'll see. Brooklyn is a 5-point favorite here this evening. Over-under is set at 216. Forecast, a 1-point game here. Look at this. 108 to 107. The over-under at 216.22. 55% chance of covering for New York. And they're coming off a 125-81 win over the Detroit Pistons. You got Washington taking on the Raptors. And looking at the game here tonight between the Raptors and the Wizards. Now, the Raptors really went to town on Siakam's birthday, right? 130 to 77. Almost doubled them. You know, that's like a G League score. Raptors a 4.5-point favorite, 227, and the forecast going to lean with the Raptors by 5. 116 to 111, the over-under at 228.87. 77% chance of covering for the Wizards. 3 ATS losses, 3 straight-up losses as well, and the last 3 games for Washington has gone under the total. You know what's fascinating is that they beat the Golden State by 50-some points, almost 60 points, and the game went under. You would think the game would go over, right? But crazy. All right, what's everybody saying in the sounds crazy, but something tells me Knicks beat Brooklyn. Yeah, you know what? Sounds right to me. Sounds absolutely right to me. The Battle of New York. Looking at the Raptors tonight playing the Wizards. Let me see here. I want to see how. Let me see if I can bring this up here. I'll come back to it. All right, Sacramento against Minnesota. Now, I got a system play on the over tonight on this game here. Now, the system, as you know, is NBA favorites that lost by 1 or 3 points in their last game. The over's, 7, I want to say almost 65%. In fact, let me go to my chart here, my system chart. I want to see, in fact, I can pull it up right now. Let me go do this. Let me go to the, I got a lot of charts open here that already, NBA. Let me take a new one here. Okay, let's go NBA. This one here involves Detroit. So remember I was telling you Detroit tonight, taking on the Pistons, taking on Oklahoma City Thunder. They lost by almost 50 points here, over 20 points. So NBA favorites on the road. Where was I? Right here. NBA favorites coming off a 20 or more point loss last 4 years, and they're picking the -3 favorite. Not, pretty even. 19-7, 17, 18-2, so very balanced. But going back to my system here, NBA favorites coming off a 1 to 3 point loss in their last game this season. The over is where you want to look. 34-17 to the over. So not a bad record to the over tonight between Sacramento and the Minnesota T-Wolves. This one could go over. I think I might like the over in this one here. And let's see here. You got Sacramento on a 3-game losing streak now. Minnesota on a 2-game losing streak. The chance of covering does favor Sacramento, 61%. The value index, we have no value on no. Sacramento's overvalued here at -4. And as a road favorite, let me take a look at Sacramento as a road favorite. I want to see how they do this year as a road favorite. Sacramento, road favorite. All right, Sacramento as a road favorite this year. They've only been in this spot 5 times, and they're 2-3, 108 to 106, 108 to 114 points for and against. So, this is a lot like New Orleans, right? How does Sacramento handle being on the road as a road favorite against a C-type team? They're 6-6 straight up, 8-4 against the number. So something to consider right there. Looking at Utah against Dallas, and looking at the game tonight between the Mavericks and the Utah Jazz. I like Dallas here. I think Dallas is a pretty good. Where is our stats man, Cheeks? Yeah, where's Cheeks? Where's our stats guy, Cheeks? Utah 9-1 in the last 10. Dallas 7-3. Looking at the value here, -157 for Dallas, -10.616 for the Jazz. So a lot of value here on the Utah Jazz and Dallas. Dallas on a 4-game win streak, 2-2 against A-type teams at home. But in their last 10 games against Utah, only 2-8 straight up, and 6-4 against the number. So, but I still like Dallas. I think Dallas is the play here tonight. And looking at the injury report for the Mavericks and the let me see, the Jazz. Where is it? Dallas. There we go. Richardson, game time decision. Porzingis, there's a surprise. Hey, Porzingis knee. And looks like everybody's a go for the Jazz. So yeah, so I do like Dallas here tonight. All right, let's go to the next game. We got Cleveland against San Antonio. You got the Spurs taking on the Cavaliers. We got the Spurs a 9.5-point favorite. Over under at 217. Forecast going to lean with the Spurs by 10, 110 to 100. The over under set at 210.67. Both teams are 3-7 in the last 10, and 7-3 to the over for the Spurs. Chance of winning the game straight up, San Antonio 74.1%, and the chance of covering though favored Cleveland. But look at Cleveland on the road against teams that are 50 to 59.9% in the standings, 0-8 straight up and against the number. Maybe the over is where you want to go. And Cleveland 2-8 in their last 10 trips to San Antonio. I think this is a one here for San Antonio, but I think the over is where you want to go. Phoenix against Houston. Take a look at Houston here. They played New Orleans pretty tough last night. Took them to the end, but New Orleans pulled away. Hopefully Ball's okay. I know he hurt his, I don't know if it was his knee or his ankle at the end. Hopefully he's going to be fine. Looking at the Houston Rocket. Yeah, keep an eye out on let me see here. No, everything looks good for both these teams. Nothing really standing out. But we got the Phoenix winning by 1. 107 to 106. I think the computer still thinks Harden is still playing in Houston. A 14.5-point favorite. Over under set at 222. Yeah, I don't know about this computer selection here. 107 to 106. Both these teams 8-2 for Phoenix, 2-8 for the Rockets. And looking at the value index, -6. So you know what? Anytime you got an A-type team against a C-type teams, it's hard to really gauge the analytics. But when Phoenix is on the road against a team below 500, 8-4 straight up and against the number. And in their last 10 trips to Phoenix, to Houston, they are 3-7 and 7-3 straight up. So a little bit of numbers that are deceiving right there. All right. Here's what I'm going to do right now. So now we went through the forecast. I'm going to take a look at the computer, and let me go to the computer picks on this screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for systems, and I'm going to use the super database. I'm going to go to NBA. Let me see here. Where was I? All right, let's go back here, and let's go to game number 1. Let's take a look at game number 1. Detroit against the Thunder. Now, Thunder is a home. So now, last week we were talking about team systems and league system, right? There's better value when you do league system. That's when everybody's in that situation, right? So I'm going to go game by game. So OKC is coming off a big loss here. So let's do NBA home dogs, and I'm going to do this season. I'm just going to do this season. So NBA home dogs coming off a 20 or more point loss, because the final score was 133-85, and let me do a 20 or more point loss for home underdogs this year. And here, or more point loss this season, home underdogs. 23-14 to the over is the edge that I'm seeing mostly favoring this game. So if you like this game tonight, Home underdogs coming off a 20 or more point loss. And let me see, what's the total? The total is 212. So let me see if I put the total at between 212 and let me see here, 210 and 215. Home underdogs coming off so we don't have a lot of occurrences. So let me go last 2 years. Let me do the last 2 years. And this is what I do when I research games that I'm looking for league systems, is I'll go look at that. So that's pretty strong right now. Home underdogs coming off a 20 or more point, no, not win, loss. I needed to do loss. Loss. The last 2 years, 1 and 6, yeah. Okay, let me do the last 4 years. Yeah, 7 and 23, but that's, that's expected, right? Let me see here. And 4-14. So nothing really. 6 and 11 against the point spread. So let's go to the next game. Booker taking the points with Baylor, says Corey. All right, let's go to the next game here. We got New York against Brooklyn. So let's do home favorites. Home favorites coming off a, let me see. So they're coming off an 8-point loss. So let's do coming off a road loss. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do an 8 to 11 point loss. Let's do this season. And the total's what? 216. So the totals, let's see what the record is. Oh, look at that. So NBA home favorites this year that are coming off an 8 to 11 point loss in their last game. And the total's between 215 and 220. The under, look at the under. 10 and 4 this season. But the home team is 10 and 4 straight up and 10 and 4 against the number. So that's a pretty solid stat right there if you like the Brooklyn Nets tonight. So NBA home favorites coming off a 8 to 11 point loss this year. Totals 215 to 220. Under 10 and 4, and they are 10 and 4 straight up and against the number. So that's a pretty solid stat right there. Let's go to the Raptors against the Washington Wizards. So the Raptors coming off a huge win. In fact, you know what? Let me see here. 20 or more point win. And what's the total in this game? 220. Let's do 220 or more. And let's see what the spread is. 22 and 9, 11 and 20 against the number. Here's the thing. I'm going to try this here. And they're coming off 2 unders. So let me see when teams are coming off 2 unders this season. So let's take a look at 2 unders. NBA home favorites that are coming off a 20 or more point win this season are coming off 2 unders. Survey says 6-0 straight up. Look at that. So if you like the Raptors on the money line, this situation is 2-0. Let me see the last 2 years. And let's go back the last 2 years. And this is what I was talking about at the top of the show, right? Workshops. So when if you guys want me to look at anything, throw in some information. Look at that, 10 and 2. This is pretty solid. If you like the Raptors in this situation on the money line, let's do last 5 years. And what's the record? 44-9. And 31-22 and 3. So you see what I mean? Anytime you do like a NBA system that involves all the teams, you get a better reading on what those teams, what that situational handicapping is like this evening. So I think that's a pretty solid stat on the straight up money line. So if you do like the Raptors here tonight, guys, that's a pretty solid one. All right, Sacramento taking on the T-Wolves. Now, Sacramento. So here's Sacramento's coming off a 3-game losing streak. So away favorites, NBA away favorites coming off a 3-game straight up losing streak. So right here, 3-game losing streak this season. I like to do this season because it involves all the players of all the teams this current season, right? So this is, who's who in the zoo type thing. And look at the record right here. Away favorites coming off a 3-game losing streak. Not too bad. 6 and 6, so 500. But let me see as an away team. Let's just do away team. Away teams coming off a 3-game losing streak. Nope, nothing really there. How about coming off a 1-point loss? Yeah, let me try that. Coming off a 1-point loss. We'll do a 1 to 3-point loss. Away teams coming off. Yeah, pretty nothing really to write home about there. And what about home underdogs? Let's do home underdogs. So home underdogs coming off a let me see here, 2 straight up losses. So 2 straight up losses. 2-game losing streak. So we got the Wizards coming off a 2-game losing streak. And this season, home underdogs coming off a 2-game losing streak. 24-18 to the over. And let me tighten it up here a bit. Let me tighten up. Actually, you know what? Let me go home teams coming off a 2-game losing streak. And let's say they allowed 120 or more points in their last game. Allowed 120 or more points in the last game. Where is it? I'll find it here. 120 or more points. No, not against. Oh yeah, against. That's it. So they 120. No, yeah. So here we go. So home teams coming off a 2-game losing streak, and they allowed 120 or more points against in their last game. 24-13 to the over. So the over. Remember we said the over, and it fits the system. So if you do like the over in this game, the over could be the play here. All right. You guys, is this good for you guys? Do you like this type of workshop, or is this you want me to get off to something else? Like feedback is nice at this point because I can, I'm doing all these research. I just don't know if you guys are, soaking this in or you just want me to move on. This is, the workshop is about finding winners, right? Handicapping, and what I'm doing here is helping you guys find situational spots tonight. Yes, perfect race says new perfect. Okay. No, I just want to make sure, because sometimes when I don't see no chat in the chat, maybe I'm thinking, I'm losing the audience here and they don't care about this. But yeah, as long as you guys enjoy this, I'll keep doing game per game. It's about making the right choices, right? Exactly. All right. So if you guys enjoy this, I'll keep doing it, and I'll do the other, and I'll do the same for baseball. I got some good ones for baseball. All right, Utah against Dallas. So you know what? Let's see what the home underdog on a 4-game win streak. So Dallas Mavericks are on a 4-game win streak tonight. And let's see what home underdogs on a 4-game. Oh, you know what? Hey, I got a great system. Oh boy, this is not good for Dallas tonight. Look at this. 1-7 straight up, 2-6 against the number. Home underdogs. But you guys remember let me see that there's a system. I thought we had but I thought it was favorites though. Yeah, I thought it was favorites. Remember we had an NBA system on favorites on a 4-game win streak, but it was favorites. Okay, so not to worry. But you know what? This, if you like Dallas tonight, this concerns me a bit. I don't know about you guys. This concerns me a bit here. This is like class. I love it. We are a sponge. Okay, good. No, as long as you guys enjoy this, like I said, I don't want to bore you guys. And then next thing you know, it's like, why is he doing that? I'm bored out of my mind. But if you guys enjoy this, then that's, it's about bringing you quality information. And to me, it's like a workshop, right? When you go to a seminar or a conference and you all split up in rooms and you go to a workshop, this to me, it's like a workshop. And, we're trying to find winners for tonight. So this is a bad spot tonight. This is a bad spot for the Dallas Mavericks. Home underdogs this year coming off a 4-game win streak. And let's say they're, let's do the last 2 years. Let's do the last 2 years. Let's see what it's like the last 2 years. 2-11. Oh boy, man, this is not good. This is not good for Dallas. Let's do 3 years. 7-11. Getting better. Let's go 5 years. 13-22. No, not good. So let me try something else here. Last 2 years. Let me do home teams. 4-game win streak and coming off 2 unders. So 3 unders. So Dallas is coming off 3 unders. So let's do this. Let's go NBA home teams this season. Because we're going to use the same players in the macro environment. Home teams coming off a 4-game win streak, and they're coming off 3 unders. Probably won't get a lot of occurrences. Yeah, just one. Let me do the last 5 years. So any NBA home teams, the last 5 years, coming off a 4-game win streak, and they're coming off 3 unders. Let's take a look at the record. Not a lot of occurrences. 6-2. Now you can see when you do home research like this how it could throw a wrench. Let me do since 96. Since 1996, home teams 44-16. Now let me do home underdogs. Coming off a 4-game win streak, coming off 3 unders. 1-4. So not a good spot for the dog here tonight, guys. Not a good spot for the dog. It's good. Yay, Ray. Ron, we're taking notes. Awesome. It's good. Sometimes I have trouble finding a teams meet a system when I get into a conference play after a win and going over in 2 in a row. Rick Carlisle had a 32-25 record versus the Jazz in his coaching career, says Bo Jackson. There's Chris Sharbo. How you doing, Chris? I like to fade teams coming off a bad meal. Chief. I don't trust Dallas. Just a month ago, they were very inconsistent. Yeah, exactly. Why are the Jazz line so small? Because they're playing a hot Dallas team right now. Trap Jazz. Big Cloud thinks it's a trap on the Jazz. So that's a interesting take right there. Let me see here. What else? Oh, look at the Jazz on a 9-game win streak. How about away teams? I don't think I got 9-day. Let me get away teams. 5 or more game win streak. 5 or more game win streak this season. Let's do this season. So let me see this season. Current. Yeah, it's not too often you see 9-game win streaks, right? Let me see here. Where's current season? Here it is. So away teams on a 5 or more game win streak this year. 9-14-1, but look at this, 16-8 to the over. Not a bad situation here, guys. Look at that, away team. So Jazz on a 5 or more game win streak this season. The over 16-9, and let me see as an away favorite. Away favorite on a 5 or more game win streak, 7-3, but only 2-8 against the point spread. Wow, look at that. Oh wow, look at this. Away favorites on a 5 or more game win streak. Look at the percentage play here. 3-7 straight up, but 2-8 against the number. Hey, stick around here. We'll probably get enough stats to go situational handicapping, but the over. I think the over. Look at the over tonight. 7-3 for the favorites, 5 or more. So that's an interesting number right there. Interesting number right there. Let me see here. Let me do the last 2 years. Away favorites, 5 or more. 26-19, 17-28. Okay. Let me tighten it up here a bit. Let me tighten it up between 3.5 to 6 point favorite. 3.5 to 6 point favorites, 8-10, 6-12 against the number. Let me do road favorites on that same range. So let me do road favorites. Let me do road favorites of 3.5 to 6 in this range. 3-8, 6-5. So yeah, so you know what? I still think the total is maybe where you want to go on this one. I think the total is where you want to go. All right, let's take a look at the next one here. Cleveland against San Antonio. So home favorites of 9.5 here. So that's a high number. Let me do home favorites. All right, so the Spurs are 9.5 point home favorite, and they're coming off a 6 point loss. So coming off 2 ATS losses. Let me do this. Let me do, actually it was 2 straight up and 2 ATS loss. So let's go 2 ATS loss and 2 straight up losses. So teams that are coming off 2 ATS loss and 2 straight up losses. So where's the, I know you guys can't see this here, but home favorites, and we'll do this season. Let's see this season. All right, so home favorites coming off 2 ATS losses and 2 straight up losses. Let's see what the record is. 23-14, 19-18. Very balanced. Very, very balanced. And let me see if we do 2 ATS loss and coming off a 9 point loss in the last game. So let me see here. Coming off. All right, where is it? All right, so coming off a what? 9 point loss, I said. So let's do this. 8 to 11 point loss. So home favorites coming off 2 ATS losses, not bad. 7-3. So what I did is NBA home favorites coming off 2 ATS loss, and they're coming off an 8 to 11 point loss. Let me do home teams. Let me see how home teams fare out. 11-7, 11-7. So yeah, nothing really to write home about. Here's another one. Road underdogs. So road underdogs coming off 5 game losing streak. So 5 game losing streak this season. Let's see that. 2-17. Wow. But look at this, 13-6 to the over. Man, especially bet my building would they crush it. How much do you bet parlay base? Says Lee Lewis. Let me see. Nice, man. My specialty is bet building. I stopped doing parlays 2 months ago. I've made a bank, and I've made bank. I rarely lose with one play a day. I try to find the best play. Yeah, you know what? Plant-based. So plant-based is saying here, I stopped doing parlays 2 months ago, and I've made the bank. I rarely lose with one play a day. I try to find the best value on the board, and it's been fun and successful. That's awesome. That's music to my ears. I hope, we've been stressing money management here, and less is more. And the thing is, cash out Monday, right? Today, almost forgot cash out Monday. Anybody cash out, on a Monday. The thing with gamblers and bettors, they don't know when to cash out. And, the 90% of gamblers lose. And the thing is, you gotta. I saw somebody posting there. They pick their spots. I know some gamblers don't bet every day. They just wait for the right opportunity, and then they hammer down, right? But what type of investor are you? Remember AI or SI? If you're an action investor, then you're gonna lose money. If you're a sports investor, then you pick your spots, and that's when you're gonna make money, right? So that's the key, right? But the thing in sports betting is that you control those emotions. There's days you wake up and you say, oh man, I'm gonna bet the board, because I just wanted some action today. I just there's you got 15 baseball games, you got 10 basketball games, you got 6 NHL games, and then what's the gambler says? Oh, I'll find that winner today. I'll find that needle in the haystack for sure today. And next thing you know, they're like crap. They just crapped out. Hey, there's a reason why Vegas and offshore guys, the reason why the offshore guys are living the lifestyle, right, is because they're making, they're taking your money and they're building, second, third, fourth story buildings now. So hey, less is more. Less is more. All right, so here back to this one, but love the back and forth in the bullpen. I can't believe it's only NBA. I can do 3 hours on this crap. Hey, I can do 3 hours just on NBA. And then, but that's the thing about, the thing about finding winners is it's like the old military saying, right? TI, you need time in. You got to put the time in to find those winners. And, if you listen to a lot of gamblers, some gamblers, like the real professional ones and the tedious ones, they'll only do like one season, but, they don't sleep. They'll be up 18 hours a day, finding news reports, doing the analytics, finding coaches' clips. It's a grind. It's a real grind. But back to this one. And away underdogs coming off a 5 or more game losing streak this year. And this is a play against Cleveland tonight against the Spurs. 2-17, but 13-6 to the over. So if you do like the over tonight, there's a good system play based. Let me do the last 2 years. Let me see the last 2 years. On this here. Away underdogs coming off 5 or more game losing streak. Yeah, pretty much balanced. Look at that, eh? Isn't it amazing how it always, but let me tighten it up here. Let me go, let me see, 9.5 point underdog. Let me tighten it up. 7 to 9.5 point dog. Sometimes when you tighten it up, yeah, 4-13, 6-11. So maybe, but the thing is, you got a B-type team, San Antonio. But I don't know if I want to lay that much. What the computer has, 110. We haven't winning by 10. So, yeah, I guess the play would be San Antonio, but the over maybe, right? I quit my day job January 1st and haven't had to update my resume yet. Awesome. Hey, yeah, that's if you're making money, have fun. All right, and the last one, Houston against Phoenix. So let me see here. Phoenix. Oh, wow, look at that's a big one. Let's do 10.5. Let's do 10.5 point more favorites this year, coming off a 5-game win streak. I don't think there'll be a lot of those situations. Okay? I don't think there'll be a lot. Let's do last 2 years. Wow, look at this. 21-2 straight up. So NBA, let me do home favorites. NBA home favorites of, what's the line here? 14.5. So let's do, I wonder if I can, home favorites. Here we go. I thought I had home favorites. Maybe not. All right, I'll have to put it in. All right, let's go 12.5 to 15 points home favorite, coming off a 5-game win streak. 12-1, 8-5. Let me do the last couple years. Let me do last 5 years. 37-3, but very balanced. So be careful tonight if you're going to wager on that game. All right, that's the NBA. Let's go to Major League Baseball. And just going to shut this off here. Sometimes, yes, people think parlay is second best. Not even gamblers hate losing. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, the last person I want to be around is the gamblers that lost 3 days in a row. Wouldn't that be a lot of fun to be around, eh? Hey, wouldn't he be or she be a lot of fun to be around after a 3-day losing streak? Yeah, I think I gotta go walk the dogs for 3 days. Hey, Miss Danica. Hey, Raymond, I'm late, but I won big on Friday. Awesome, Miss Danica. That is great. You know, I'm late, but I won big on Friday. Good stuff. I love hearing people win. It makes me happy. Hopefully we're helping you guys with your winning. All right, let's go to Major League Baseball. You know what? Baseball, I'm going to go quickly here because I want to go to the stats here. I got some great. I'm going to show you guys a different database that I have in Major League Baseball. And it's I'm going to show you. Anyway, let me go to the forecast here. Twins against the Tigers. The Minnesota 158 favorite. The over/under at 9. I got the Tigers winning here. 4.93 to 4.5. The over/under at 9.48. But be careful. I got great numbers on the Twins today. Toronto against Texas. Man, this line's coming down. It was 155. I guess people liking the Rangers here. Blue Jays looking good. I'm not gonna lie, they look really good. 140. I got the Blue Jays winning 5.7 to 4.3. The over/under at 10.1. Kansas City against Cleveland. You got Danny Duffy. Danny Duffy is not. I checked his record in the last 10. It's something like 1-9 against Logan Allen. Logan Allen only got like 4 or 5 starts in his career. Minus 127 for Cleveland. Cleveland's gonna have trouble scoring runs this year. Losing Lindor, and they go to Detroit and they couldn't even muster any wins. The first 2 games they couldn't muster any points, but they did not bad yesterday. So you know what? Let's keep an eye out on the Cleveland Indians. 9-3 win yesterday. Kansas City pooped the bed against the Rangers 7-3. Looking at Baltimore against the Yankees. I don't know if I'm sold on the Yankees. I just don't know. I don't see that. I don't know if back in the day, you look at the Yankees. It was just there was some loyalty, there was pride. I don't know if there's any pride in when I look at the Yankees right now. When they lose, Gardner. You look at Gardner, right? Remember a couple of years ago, last year, when he was really upset about the umpire and he's slamming his bat against the roof and he's that's the Yankee way. They fight, right? I just don't know if the Yankees are fighting right now. Minus 220, 9.5. But they do well against Baltimore. I think Baltimore's got 1 win in the last 15 at Yankee Stadium. 6.16 to 4.79. But hey, you know what? The Orioles just took 3 from the Boston Red Sox. So let's see if the Orioles are for real. Hey, let's see if the Orioles are for real. What's up with the Red Sox? They're awful. They got nobody. Look at their lineup. Who do they got? I don't see anybody. They got no pitching. It's gonna be hopefully LeBron James brings his paycheck over there because he's gonna have to use it to buy some players because they got no players in Boston. Minus 116 Marlins 8.0. Looking at the starting pitcher, Trevor Rogers against Daniel Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon, that's a great name right there. Hey, I don't know if he's a baseball pitcher or a painter. Hey, Ponce de Leon doesn't sound like a painter to you? Looking at the score here, 5.1 for the Cards, 5.02. The over/under at 10.12. I do like the Marlins here tonight. I like the Marlins. In fact, the Miami Marlins as a favorite last season, going back to last year, 11-5 as a favorite. And I'll show you guys that in a minute. Pittsburgh against the Reds. Reds sending Jose De Leon. We got a lot of De Leons here going today. Was there a family convention in town or what? You got Ponce de Leon. You got, let me see, your Jose De Leon. JT Brubaker up for the Pirates. And we got the Reds winning this one, 5.35, 4.2. The over-under at 9.59. You got the Mets taking on the Phillies. Now, this will be the Mets' first game. DeGrom going up against Matt Moore. And minus 200 for the Mets. But is this going to be a bad spot for the Phillies after emotional series win? Took three from the Braves. right? And all 3 went under. So let's see what happens there. Tampa Bay, I love Tampa Bay. I still love the Rays. I think they're going to win the division. And only a -108 against Boston today. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't like seeing the line go down. I saw that line this morning at what? -119. Now it's at -108, so it's a pick 'em. So money coming in on the Red Sox here. Don't like that. Michael Wacha up against Nick Pivetta of the Red Sox. Red Sox on a 3-game losing streak, but I still like the Rays here. Brew Crew taking on the Cubs, -110, so pick 'em price. I got 3.95 for the Cubs, 3.89 for the Brewers. There's Isaiah. How you doing, buddy? I just spent 11 days working on my car. Total nightmare. I haven't been handicapping much, tailing. All right, on. Good to see you, Isaiah. And Houston taking on the Angels. Angels, you know what? Let's see the first 20 games of the Angels. They're for real. Coming off a big win last night, 7-4 over the White Sox, -125. And the Astros, man, the Astros took 4 from the Oakland A's on the road. 9-2 win yesterday. And remember, I had a great stat yesterday on the, I think I gave it out in the video. If you watched my video yesterday of the bullpen picks of the video, I had a great, the 4th game of a series. The Astros was something like this. When the Astros in the 4th game of a series and they took the first 3 games, they were something like 8-1 the last 3 years. So that was a nice spot. Dodgers taking on the A's. A's are a mess right now, coming off a 4-game losing streak. They got swept by the Astros. 155. Dustin May up against Frankie Montas. And we got the Dodgers winning 4.9 to 4.6. Over under at 9.61. Giants against Padres. 178. Adrian Morjon against Anthony Descalafini tonight for the Giants. I got, look at that draw. 3.4 to 3.4. Over under at 6.88. And the Mariners taking on the White Sox. 122. 8.5 is the total. You got Carlos Rodon up against Justice Sheffield tonight. And we got the White Sox winning 5 to 3.7. All right, let me go to my database here on Major League Baseball. Now, Minnesota Twins. I'm going to start off with the Twins game. I'm going to go, this is a new database. I got 3 of them in the ATS. I'm going to use the Smart database. I still got to tinker with it, though. I still got to add some stuff. But let me go to Major League Baseball. I'm going to show you guys something here on the Minnesota Twins. Now, favorites, let me see. I'm going to go since 2000, so last year, 2019. Sorry, I'm going to go to 2019. I'm just going to pull up the Twins here. So, Twins coming off an 8-2 win. They're on a 2-game win streak. So, let's do favorites coming off a 2-game win streak since, let me do last year. Actually, no, 2019. Let me go back to 2019. July, actually, you know what? Let me go back. So let me go back to April 1st, 2019. So it'll be 2 seasons. Favorites coming off 2 straight up wins. Now look at this, 60%. Now the way you want to read this, I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay, so what you want to do is you look at the top here. I got each division, AL East, Central, West, NL East, Central, and West. And then you got the win percentage of all the teams here, right? So let me go back to the query. So Major League favorites, Major League Baseball favorites, any team that is coming off a 2-game win streak, let's do road favorites. Let's do road favorites. And the total is what tonight in that game? Total is, let me see here. What's the total? Total in this game is 9. So let's do road favorites, and the total is 9. All right, let's go back 2 years. And they're coming off a 2-game win streak, or 2 straight up wins. 17, 18, 17. That's not too good right there, right? But let's go back to favorites. And let's go last season. So let's just use last season to now. 15-9, 62%. But look at Minnesota. Minnesota, I thought I saw them at, okay, the 1-0. Let me see here. Oh, wrong, hit the wrong one. All right, I got to refresh that. All right, so favorites, let's take the total off. Coming off a 2-game win streak. There we go. All right, 64%. So MLB favorites and coming off a 2-game win streak. Look at Minnesota. Toronto's 4-1. Actually, they're not in Minnesota. So I'm looking at teams that are on a 2-game win streak. Minnesota's on a 2-game win streak. They were 7-0 in this situation, and they still got the core of their players back, right? So Minnesota this is an interesting game right here today. Well, it's 2004. I have to expect that every year, first season. So yeah, here's another thing. Let's take a look at Minnesota. Let's take a look at Minnesota. First game as an away favorite in the first game of a series the last 2 years. 13-7. 13-7. So let's take a look at 2020. So last year, Minnesota 1-5 to the under, but 3-4 as an away favorite first game of a series. So be careful if you do like the Twins today. Tampa Bay, look at Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay as an away, let's do an away team. First game of a series last year. 8-6. 8-6. I thought it was better. Maybe as a favorite. Let me check the favorite. First game of a series as a favorite. 14-5. 14-5, but as an away favorite, not as good, right? 6-1. Not bad. Not bad. So Tampa Bay as an away favorite, first game of a series let's say the last 2 years. 21-3. Wow. That's pretty solid. The Tampa Bay Rays as a road favorite, first game of a series last 2 years, 21-3. But I like to do the super database, all the teams, right? Let me take a look at some of the games. Let me do MLB favorites. We're trying to find early trends right now in baseball. So let's do home favorites. Coming off. Actually, not coming off. Let's do home favorites. The last couple of years. You know what? No. Let's go last 2 years. April 20th to this year. Home favorites. And let's get a total here. Coming off a 2-game win streak. 2-game win streak. Actually, let me take a look at some of these other games. We'll do home favorites first. We'll do home favorites. So where's the home favorites today? Cleveland's a home favorite, and they're coming off just 1 win. Detroit, 3 unders. Okay. I don't have the unders. I don't think I got unders here. Let me see here. Miami, coming off 2 overs. Yeah, that's not going to work. Don't have enough games in the system here yet. But let me try this one here. Let me go Major League Baseball. Home favorites. We'll go back to Detroit. And let's say, let me see here. So they're coming off a 9-3 loss. So let's say home favorites, first game of a series, coming off a home loss. Or actually a 6-point loss. Let's do a 6-run loss. So any home, actually they're home underdog. Home underdog last 2 years. First game of a series, come off a 6-run loss. 3-8-1 to the under. Not bad. That's not a bad system. If you like the Tigers and the Twins today under, home underdogs, first game of a series last 2 years, coming off a 6-run loss. The record is 3-8 to the under to the 1. Let me check the last 3 years. Last 3 years. Let me take a look at the 8-13-1 to the under. Let me do last 5 years. That's not a bad unders play right here. Not a bad unders play. 14-16, but no. All right, let's take a look at road favorites. First game of a series, coming off a 6-run win. The last 5 years. 17, 9, 20, and 14. Let's do the last 2 years. 6-5, nothing really. Okay, let's go next game. Toronto against Texas. So road favorites coming off 3 unders. First game of a series coming off 3 unders. So let me try that. Let me go. Any away favorites, first game of a series, last 2 years coming off 3 unders. 12-7 straight up. So if you like the Blue Jays, that's not a bad. Let me see last season. 6-4. Look at that. 2-8 to the under. So last season, away favorites, the first game of a series, coming off 3 unders. This is a pretty good bet to the under here. This is a nice play to the under on the Toronto game. 2-8 to the under. All right, let's go to the next game. And what I'll do is I'll just go game by game. I'll just pick one of the strong play per game, and then I'll move to the next one. Cleveland. All right, Cleveland as in a home favorite, or actually any home favorites coming off a road win. Say coming off a road win. And they scored 9 runs in their last game. So let's go. Scored 9 runs or more in their last game. Runs. Okay, here we go. Scored 9 runs or more in the last game. Let's go back 2 years. Actually, home favorites. All right. 29-12. 16, 22, and 3. So that's not bad. If you like the tribe today, let me do home teams. So home teams, first game of a series, last 2 years, coming off a road win, and they scored 9 or more runs in their last game. 36 and 24. But if you tighten it up as a home favorite, now you have 29 and 12. So it looks pretty good for Cleveland. So if you like Cleveland today, that's pretty solid. Are there any over/under stats in Toronto, Texas? The win is at the. Isn't Texas a dome? I thought Texas was now a dome. Yeah, never mind. That's funny. All right. Next game, the Bronx Bombers. So let's do any home favorites coming off 3 unders. First games coming off 3 unders. Let me see here. 3 unders. Home favorites last 2 years coming off 300. First game of a series. Wow. Look at this. This is pretty solid. This is pretty solid. So if you like the Yankee game here today, if you like it total, look at this. So the Yankees are coming off a 3-1 loss yesterday to the Blue Jays. All 3 games went under. And home favorites, first game of a series, last 2 years, coming off 3 unders. The over, 21-9-2. And you know what? Baltimore can rip it. 23-9 straight up. So Yankees and over if you like the game today between the Yankees and Baltimore. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid right there. All right, next game, Miami. Oh, Miami Marlins. You know what? Let me do this. I want to show you guys something. Let's go MLB. Miami as a home favorite. Actually, home favorite. Say the last 2 years. 14-10. I thought I saw a good... first game of a series, maybe. Nope. I thought I had a good stat here in Miami. Anyways. All right. Where was I? Here we go. There we go. All right. So Miami coming off a 6-point win. And they're coming off 2 overs. All right. So let's use that. So let's go home favorites. First game of a series coming off 2 overs. The last 2 years. 51 and 30 and 4 to the over. 46 and 39. Let me see if they're coming off a win as an underdog. Let me do coming off a win as an underdog. Coming off a win as an underdog. Home underdog win. All right. So home favorites, first game of the series, last 2 years, coming off a home underdog win. 26 and 16. I do like Miami today. I do like Miami. I do like the... and let me do road away teams, first game of a series, coming off 2 straight up losses. So 2-game losing streak and two losses on the road. Coming when a team lost 2 in a row on the road. So away teams, first game of a series, and they're coming off 2 losses on the road like St. Louis. 53-72 and 67-49-9. Let me tighten that up to away underdogs. 35. Okay, let me do last year. Last season, away underdogs, first game of a series, coming off 2-game road loss. 8 and 14, 14-7 and 1. So the over and Miami looks really solid here today. All right. Let me take a look here. Another one. All right, last one, and then I'm going to go NHL, and then it's a wrap. Cincinnati against Pittsburgh. Cincinnati against Pittsburgh. I'm going to go home favorites. Home favorites. Coming off a first win. So 2 straight up wins. Coming off a 2-game win streak. Where's the win streak? 2-game win streak. And the last 3 went over. So home favorites, first game of the series. 2-game win streak. Last 3 went over last season. We'll use last season. No occurrences. Wow. Okay, let me check the last. Let me see the last 3 years. 8-4. Okay, let me do home teams. 9-7. 4-10 to the under. Look at that. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati under looks pretty solid here. So home teams, first game of the series, coming off a 2-game win streak. Last 3 went over. And this is what I like. Because, law of average, things can't go up forever, right? If you're ever going to bet on an under of a team that's on streaking towards the, to one total, either over or under, you want to lean the other side, right? Let's go 5 years. Let's do last 5 years. And let's see. Oh, wow. 7-14 to the under. So Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, under the total. Keep an eye out on that. And win that Globe Life Field moving odds. All right. All right, let's do a quick NHL. I'll do a quick NHL. And let's take a look here at the premium. And then we'll call it a wrap. Winnipeg taking on the Senators tonight. Now, Winnipeg coming off a loss to the Leafs in the last game, 2-1. So I got 3 system plays here tonight. And our system play has been red hot, right? 78-38. And this is what I mean, right, guys? When we do these workshops, I'm looking for system plays. And I'm looking for systems that don't have a lot of occurrences, right? Less is more. Using that less is more angle. Favorites coming off a 1-goal loss this season, 78-38. That favors Winnipeg tonight, but you're going to lay a bit of juice here. Minus 213, so 3.58, 2.42. But I think the Ottawa Center is on the puck line. I thought I saw something really solid on the puck line. In fact, let me do a quick, what is it? Hey, I said I want to do this quick, and then I'm always trying to dig up some stats here, right? Well, that's the fighter in me who just wants to get you guys some winners. All right, Ottawa. Yeah. Let me see here. Anyways, I had a great stat, and I wanted to show you guys. Here, home favorites. There it is. So, NHL home favorites totals 5.5. This season, and they're on a 2-game losing streak like the Winnipeg Jets. Even though the Jets are 17-11, 7-23 on the puck line. But be careful. Winnipeg's the best team in the league on the puck line. So just something I just want to bring your attention. I do like Winnipeg here tonight. Ottawa 0-3 against B-type teams this year. Montreal, Edmonton. I got a feeling to win more than 3 baseball games is hard. Yeah, can't be disappointed, says Marlo. There's Eddie. Good morning, Mr. Raymond. Just got here 5 minutes ago. Work always keeps me busy, but I'll check the podcast as soon as my pick for baseball. Awesome, Eddie. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. All right, looking at Montreal. Now, Edmonton seems to struggle against Montreal and Toronto. In fact, let me go to one of my other database. If you're a member here and you ever want to see how a team does against another team, go to the dashboard. Go to the bottom here, regular database. Go to NHL and go up here. So let's do Edmonton against, let's say Toronto, Montreal. Let's say Edmonton in the last 7 games against Toronto. 2-5, and against Montreal, 3-4. Yeah, for some reason they just tend to struggle against those teams. Edmonton on the road, Montreal 4-3, so a bit of back and forth. And let me see as a road underdog in the last 10. Edmonton has 7-3, not bad. Interesting. Okay, I thought it was for some reason maybe it was just that one game that stays in my head last week, right? That Montreal got pumped. Edmonton got pumped. Now Edmonton, they are 6-4 straight up. They're on a 2-game losing streak. They're 5-4 against teams below 500 on the road. And in their history in Montreal, 7-3. So they do have a good record at the Bell Center. But I'm going to go with the Habs here. Montreal coming back for a little COVID extension. I thought they've been playing a little bit better, right? 4-0, 4-1. Now, they lost to Ottawa the other night. They didn't show up. I think they let their guard down. But, yeah, I'm going to lean with the Habs here in this one. 132, and the starting goalies tonight? Probably Mike Smith against Carey Price. Okay, the price is right. Carey against Mike Smith. That's the expected goalies. Oh, John X is writing to say, yeah, but John, you're from Ottawa. Hey, I expect you to ride to Ottawa. Hey, just like me. Actually, yeah, the Sens, yeah, okay. Philly, Boston. Yeah, I'm going with Boston here. I think I'm going to put Gritty nets for the Flyers because right now Phillies, their biggest problem is goaltending. And until you get goaltending, it's constantly going to be a tough task for the Flyers to win games, right? They're going to beat the beatables. And who are they playing tonight? Boston. Boston's an B-type team. And looking at Philly in their last 10, where's the last 10 record? 3-7. Look at that, 3-7. Boston, Boston's struggling too, right? They're not out of the woods here. They had a good game against Pittsburgh, and they scored 7 on them. But keep in mind, Bruins, they're very consistent putting the puck in the net. And as a home favorite this year, 10-7. But against the Flyers, 6-4, and Flyers are 3-7 at the Gardens last 10. I'm gonna go with the Bruins. Vegas, St. Louis. St. Louis, man, O'Reilly struggled the other night. When I was looking at that game, St. Louis, Ryan O'Reilly, he gave up a few pucks late in that game, and I probably went and broke the stick in the room. St. Louis on a 6-game losing streak. Last 5 have gone under. Tough loss in the last game against the Avalanche. Avalanche scored with 10 seconds left or something like that. Tough beat. That was a bad beat right there. And 1-goal game. Man, they're into the last 3 games. They're in these tight games. But Colorado is not mincemeat. They're playing some tough teams against Colorado. But Minnesota 2-0. Vegas. So I think St. Louis has just been bad scheduling in their part. And Vegas, 3-game losing streak, and they're coming off a 1-goal loss to Minnesota. And our system favors Vegas, so I'm going to go with Vegas here tonight. Colorado, Minnesota. Colorado against Minnesota. Minus 172, the over-under at 5.5. I'm going to go with the Avs here. 3.1, 2.39, the over-under at 5.57. Colorado, 8-2, 4-game win streak. And you know what, though? Minnesota at home against A-type teams, they've held their own, 3-1. This is not going to be an easy win for the Avs tonight. In fact, it could be a win for the Wild. Colorado only 4-6 in their last 10 and 4-6 in Minnesota. So if you're looking for an underdog, this might be it. But I don't think I'm going to pull the trigger on that one. Toronto against Calgary. I do like the Leafs here. 4-2 win last night for the Buds. And looking at their last 10 games in Calgary, 6-4 straight up. And but on the road, they struggle against teams below 500. They're only 3-4. And looking at the Flames on a 3-game losing streak, they had that little injection of life with a new coach, but now it's back to Calgary being 2-8. I'm going to go with the Leafs. And then Arizona against LA. I had the Coyotes last night. We needed overtime, but we got the win. It was a 3-2 win against the Anaheim Ducks. So you have a back-to-back game situation tonight for the Arizona team on the road. They've never been, believe it or not, Arizona hasn't played in back-to-back games on the road this year. So this is the first for Arizona tonight. But they're 7-3 in LA, and LA fits our system. They're coming off a 3-2 loss to the Sharks. So I'm going to go with the Kings here tonight following that system. All right, I'm losing my voice, so it's time to pull the plug on this one here today. Again, let me know what you think of the workshop. Give me your feedback. If you guys prefer me doing the searches, I'll do that instead of going through all the games, and I'll just look for value on the workshop, right? I would love to hear your feedback to think which way would you guys like me to continue. Or same old, don't change a thing, and we'll see. At the end of the day, it's about bringing you quality information and that you can use towards your betting, and hopefully it's entertaining. All right? Don't forget, if you want access to all these great tools here, all you got to do is buy a membership here at atsstats.com. It's only 27 cents a day, $99 for the year. You get access to the entire website except my premium picks. Premium picks are $99 for the year, but you got to be a member to get that special price. And hopefully you guys will sign up. Thank you, Ms. Denica. Appreciate that. And hopefully you guys enjoy the show. I enjoy bringing it to you on a Monday, April 5th. All right, guys. It's lunchtime. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Hopefully you had a nice weekend, nice Easter weekend. It was very relaxing. And hopefully all winners are yours today on a Monday, a Manic Monday. And we'll see you back here on a Ruby Tuesday. For Ron Raymond, this was the Raymond Report for a Monday, April 5th. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat place. Cheers.